All right, let's move on. I bought Derek Dooley stock. I mean, it's stuck in the mud. It's like, what's the deal with this guy? I mean, I like Derek. I got to have him on my show again. He should be here on a regular basis, but he's just going nowhere. It's 15%. You got this guy Collins is ahead. Poll came out. Collins is getting crushed by Ossoff. I mean, what's the deal here? We got three candidates. I'm starting to think maybe Buddy Carter's the best shot down in there in one. How do we beat Ossoff? I'll go
Well,
to Carter.
Derek Dooley has been focused on raising money. Watch and look at his financials when they come out with with that report, and that's what he's been focused on is raising money, shock and awe, raising money, and the race is just getting started. Look what happened with the House Ethics Committees investigating Mike Collins now.
Yeah, tell us about that, Debbie. I know you're chomping at the bit.
Well, I happened to be on WSB TV talking about it last night. But basically, this investigation has been going on since the end of May. There were allegations about Brandon Phillips and Mike Collins. The buck stops with him. He had to approve it all. Was actually paying his girlfriend to not work. She wasn't doing anything, paid his girlfriend not to work. They were, the OCC committee is the one that actually started investigating and referred it to the House Ethics Committee. It was a 6-0 vote to refer it to the House Ethics Committee, who has subpoena power. They're looking at that. They're looking at the fact that while Brandon Phillips was being paid to be Mike Collins' chief of staff, that he was working and receiving money from other campaigns and working on these other campaigns during working hours. All that was being investigated. There are two former Georgia congressmen on that OCC committee. Jody Hice, who represented the district that Representative Collins now represents, and then you had Lynn Westmoreland. And Mike Collins, Brandon Phillips, just ignored the investigation. They did not cooperate in the reporting.
What were the allegations here that he paid his girlfriend staff salary and she wasn't on
She
staff? Is
didn't
that
work. That was one of the allegations. And when a staff member actually raised awareness, hey, we don't know her, she's not showing up in the district or DC office, they fired her. Brandon and Mike Collins fired this worker that started, this office manager that started
all right?
saying,
Now you're getting in the weeds. Look, I mean, we all want integrity. We all want our candidates to do the right
yeah.
thing. Sally, is there anything to this Mike Collins thing at all, Sally?
I don't know. I know Brandon. I don't know him extremely well, but he seems to be everywhere on tons of different campaigns, so I never know where he's going to be working. As far as Mike Collins goes, I have known him to be a person of integrity. I don't, Debbie clearly knows a lot more than I do. So it would surprise me that he would, put up with this kind of behavior. I don't know if Brandon is still working for him. I heard yesterday that he has been gone for a while. So I don't really know what's going on, but I think Mike Collins has a very significant following in Georgia. I mean, there are a lot of people. I went to an event last year, and the tone and tenor of that meeting was just, or that event was very big, very high. I think he has a lot of popularity, so I would be very surprised if this hurts him.
Oh, it's hurt him, trust me.
Well, it's not hurting him in the polls. Let me get to District 14 Chair Jackie Harlan. Jackie, I bought Derek Dooley stock. Should I hold, buy more, or sell?
That's a great question. Honestly, I would love to talk to him. I honestly, the blaring problem that I have with him is him not voting for 20 years. that's hard for me to come back from in my mind, but I'm open because we all have stories, we all have reasons why we do things, and I'm a forgiving person. We have to show grace and understanding, but that's kind of that's a tough one for me to get over personally. But going back to, I know all of my roads lead back to the special election to replace Marjorie. I never got a chance to answer your question about that. We're going to be doing a couple of forums, candidate forums, after qualifying. So we're going to be doing our best to focus on these candidates and let the voters find out about them and get to know them, so they can kind of help narrow the field. So I want everybody um, to go to that page on Facebook, 14th District GOP of Georgia. It will look like that. If you follow our page, you're going to get all the updates. You're going to get the dates and the times and the locations of the candidate forums. We're about to release information about all the candidates, so people can have kind of one unbiased source of information so that they can base their decisions on. And sorry to get that plug in, but I wanted to
That's a good
before
plug. Look,
we.
I like the work you're doing. So I think you answered my question by saying hold, don't sell, don't buy, hold. I'll hold Derek
I can
Dooley
go
here.
with that. I can go with that.
I'm gonna hold my stock. I'm not gonna buy more. I'll tell you that. And I don't like where the campaign's going. I can tell you that. I don't like the fact that he's stuck at 15%. And I got a sneaky feeling, Sally and Jackie and Debbie and Jim. I got a sneaky feeling Buddy Carter's sneaking up on people. I don't know. It's like
I agree with you. Like,
I got a
Buddy is,
sneaky feeling.
he's been very consistent. I will say that. Buddy, there has been like no event he won't attend. He's plodding along. He is keeping up. He is communicating with people. He's been very good about going to events, and it's kind of funny as you see these candidates unfold and how they market themselves and how they run for office. You have the candidates that stick with the Rotary Club, the Kiwanis Club, and the Chamber of Commerce events. And then you have the candidates that want to connect with the grassroots who are going to help them with the party by going to the GOP events, the picnics, the covered dish suppers, things like that. And I've found it. That's one of the things I've learned over the last several years is it's very interesting how people want to market themselves to draw people to them. And of course, I'm always drawn to the people that go to the GOP events and the grassroots events because that's your worker bees. I mean, the Kiwanis members are not going to be out there knocking on doors for you.
Amen.
So the Chamber of Commerce might write some of the checks, but they're not going to be the ones putting yard signs out. So it's very interesting to me that Buddy is kind of he's keeping on. He's
I think he's sneaking up. I used to race horses, and we had a couple in our stable that we called railbirds. Okay, like they had enough speed to get out of the gate, but they weren't really closers. But they had a kick at the end, and we call them railbirds. And if they had an inside post like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they could get on the rail and get cover, and the fractions were fast, you'd sneak them up the rail and steal a race. I think this guy's a railbird. I think he's just kind of there. He was at 25%. He's raising enough money to be competitive. Everybody kind of likes him, and
He's
I
got
think
baggage. Trust me.
I think he's sneaking.
I have never met a politician that did not have baggage.
I think he's
Trust me.
sneaking
He
up the rail.
supported the Cramney bus bill last fall that we all went cuckoo over.
Debbie,
So
we gave you your 5 minutes on whatever Jim
buy
said.
Well,
my stock.
I would
Buy
say
Derek stock.
Thanks for bailing us out, Jim.
John, in conclusion, I think we all need to sell our John Ossoff stock and move on.
Bingo. I agree.
I will
I-
add to that. I will add to that, and I will say, no matter whoever the Republican candidate is that wins the primary, we have got to come together
I agree
and
with
lock
that.
arms and march and knock on those doors and plant those signs and get the vote out. We've got to get rid of Ossoff. It's
Well,
ridiculous. I'm highly offended to be represented by a Democrat senator, and I want that to end this year. I really and truly do.
Well, the front
Nobody
runner in
dislikes.
the Senate race, if you look at the polling, the real front runner is undecided
So
because
Debbie, so you and I, let's put our cards on the table. You and I do not like Mike Collins.
nope.
I don't think he's a good candidate. I think he's going to get blasted. I'm not voting for him. If I was there, I wouldn't vote for him under any circumstances in the primary. But Debbie, if Collins wins, to Jim's point, and I agree with him, Debbie, you and I are going to have to suck it up, and we're going to have to go into Collins' bandwagon because he'd be superior to Ossoff. So, if he wins, you and I can't be whining, Debbie. You can't be whining and tell me you're going to vote Libertarian. You got to get.
No, I'm not. I will vote for the Republican nominee, but I have confidence in Derek Dooley's campaign and Brian Kemp's network. They're lining up support. I see what they're doing behind the scenes. I'm telling you, watch John. A month from now, when I just remember this day, I told you to buy Derek Dooley stock because you're going to make a whole lot of money in a
I
month.
just want to get over. I just want to get over 20%, right? If you get at least over 20,
Watch.
I feel a little
I
better.
promise,
I'm waiting for a
watch.
new poll. And I'm not waiting for these internal polls to come out that you guys rig. I'm waiting for like a real poll to come out and show them over 20. Because look, and I agree with you, Jackie. And I asked him when I had him on my show, I asked him at length about the voting thing, and his answer was not good. Something about I was busy coaching football. Well, like I'm busy raising kids in life and I vote, right? So like that's just nonsense. But you got to get past it. I mean, if you get past it, it's basically my evaluation is, who has the best chance to beat Ossoff, and I happen to think that's the old ball coach, but we'll see. Debbie, speaking of football,
Yeah, I know. Alabama got trounced.
what an embarrassment! You guys never should
Yeah,
have been there. That is an embarrassment of at that level in a semifinal game to
I
get the
agree.
floor wiped with you guys. DeBoer's didn't even have a game plan, didn't even belong in the same field. I mean, what a joke that
And
that
we
was.
had our quarterback. I have been screaming and yelling that they needed to change at quarterback. He got hurt in the South Carolina game, and the coaches kept him in. But watch and see what Bama's doing in the transfer portal. Just watch and see. We'll be back.
Yeah, it's
Trust
at
me.
the top. It's at the top of my list.
And I'm for Ole Miss. Go Ole Miss.
Who cares? Listen, Indiana's going to win the whole thing, but
I think so too.
I think the Canes beat Ole Miss. I'm going to lay the 3.5. That's the stock that I'm going to bet